Things are going to get interesting. That's Sergeant Slaughter. He must have picked up Dial Tone's message.
Wow! Holy mackerel! Come on, you guys! I could use a little help!
What is going on, everybody? Down South 77 here again, and this is 3-Star Draw, the adult collector channel where we talk about G.I. Joe, primarily G.I. Joe Classified, and every now and then we'll take a look at some other stuff from other lines that I like to collect, show it to you guys when I pick it up. You know the drill. So I'm kind of excited today. We're going to be taking a look at number 129, the Itty Bitty Ditty Bag. Mad Marauders Sgt Slaughter. I've kind of been waiting for this guy, believe it or not. And I know you're curious, so I'll go ahead and I'll give you the bad news first. I did not get the errored packaging that we've all heard so much about. I was kind of disappointed. I was hoping I would get that, but it really doesn't matter because I'm going to open it anyway. How many versions of Sgt Slaughter do we need? It's kind of hard to call, isn't it? Because the first release was so good, but we all want the USA on the tank top. I think they missed the boat with that one. I don't know if there's a reason why they didn't do it. Either way, I love the first Sgt Slaughter figure that we got, and somebody told me I had to pick a team when it came to sub teams. I had to declare my love for a sub team somewhere, even though I'm not a huge fan of repaints. I understand they're necessary, so I threw my lot in with Slaughter's Marauders because I like the color scheme. So that's where I'm at with it. And yes, I want some Sgt Slaughter's figures. I hope we eventually get the Warthog driver version with the removable hat. It's the first time we had the removable hat in the Real American Hero line, but that also means they better give us the Warthog too. That was a cool vehicle. Anyway, we're talking about this version today. Finally got him in. He's actually been here for a few days. I just hadn't had a chance to open him yet. We're going to go ahead and do that now. Take a look at him and take a look at that very cool ditty bag. I actually have one of these and I used it last weekend. I actually use it when I go on trips. A lot of times I will use it for my dirty clothes because you can come home and wash the bag too and not waste the trash bag. That's probably way more than you guys wanted to know, so let's go ahead and take a look at Sgt Slaughter. Right, here we go. Mad Marauders Sgt Slaughter and the ditty bag. I'm excited about the ditty bag, so just gonna look at the box real quick. Got the QR to nowhere. That's a cool picture. Do you guys think we're gonna be getting some tents soon, or maybe some trees? They like to put these Easter eggs in here, so maybe they're gonna release a tent and tree modular playset. I don't know. Like the cool art there. That's a cool picture of Sarge. And cut this here tape. I'm gonna make a collage out of these things. Yep, got our trusty new Hasbro pull tab that we're getting in all the new stuff now. And honestly, the pull tab's kind of needed because this is about the flimsiest cardboard here that money can buy. Or maybe somebody just threw it in. Got our Joe Star back there. Get rid of all that stuff over there. Got our Joe Star. Oops, upside down. Got our Joe Star back here. See if I can get that. That's not going to go in behind Kingpin. That's going to make a reflection anyway. So we'll just tell you what we'll do. Let's put it over there behind Dracula. He's a good guy in this line. Anyway, Get a good look at him before we take everything out of the package. He does come with a good amount of stuff. I did not even realize that they painted his baton blue. That's a cool touch. Somehow I didn't even realize that. So go ahead and get all the stuff out of here. I'll be back in probably 15 minutes. I'm sorry. I was taking everything out and I had to stop when I pulled Sarge out. I pulled him out, pulled him right out of his hat and his glasses. So this is the rare invisible Sarge version. This is the other variant. Yeah, so getting all of this out is an absolute nightmare. I pretty much destroyed these plastic bubbles. You have to push them from the back. They're all caved in. This stuff just does not want to come out. Even the minifig there. Yeah, I mean, I don't want stuff stolen out of the packages in the store. Nobody's hearing this because they can hear it at Target Loss Prevention in the next store if somebody's trying to jack this. But I hate this tray. Does not need to be this rigid. They make the trays out of better plastic than they make the weapons, which I'm getting ready to show you, because this is how one of the dumbbells come out. Get some more light on here. So trying to get the dumbbells out of that stupid tray. This one is already, it's flexed and bent to the point of discoloring the plastic. Look, it's actually broken. I just realized that. No, nice. So that's just trying to get it out of the package, popping it out from behind, pushing on the bubble. That's all I was doing. So I have a broken weight. So I could probably super glue that back on. Yeah, nice. So thanks, Hasbro. This one actually came out with less difficulty, I guess, apparently. So I know there's been talk, we wish that the weights could have been a different weight. But this isn't just paint. This is actually sculpted in, just like they are on iron bells. So it's really, of course, they're not going to go back and they're not going to change that. So depending on which way you're standing, he's lifting 90 pounds or he's lifting 6 pounds. So I don't know. It seems like that'd be like lifting like a shake weight. Anyway, I'm not happy about that. That was just getting it out of the plastic, and these are about the only thing that is not bendable and flexy on these weapons. So that I'm not happy about that. That thing's useless now unless I can glue it back into place. It does come with a new minifig, which I love because they did recolor and redo the packaging on it. Even his portrait, it's a new drawing where he's in the Marauders colors. So I do like that. I love this minifig. I need to get my other one out for my regular Sarge that you can see back here. What else do we do? So we have the blue boxing gloves. These are the blue ones. Same ones come with big boa, and remember that these cuffs do come off. So when you swap them out, or you get them out, or getting them out, be careful. So the cuffs will come off, and you put those on his wrist. So he does have, here's his baton that is now matching blue, which I love. I mean, this is all you can use this with, really, is this Sarge or maybe one of the other Marauders characters, unless Cobra kidnaps his baton. Either way, nice attention there. Got the gold on the top. It does have the black wrap to hold it up top. And what I like about this is he can hold it if he's going to whack somebody with it. Unlike what I've said about Kingpin with his cane, because he doesn't have any extra hands that close tighter. So we don't have that problem with Sarge. Got many sets of hands. Has his hat, which is different color. So the original one is a brown. This one is a green. Aside from that, it's the same. And the whistle is also silver, where this one is gold. This one is silver with a black necklace, and this one, original one, is gold with a brown necklace. So you can see a difference. I didn't realize that was a difference either. I didn't pay that much attention to that. That's usually how I have my Sarge posed, either like that, the hat, glasses, and whistle, or maybe with the baton, something like that. And of course we do have his glasses are now blue and gold, where the originals are silver and black. I love these glasses. These are probably the best glasses in the line so far, which is funny because this is the first character that come with any removable glasses, and they got it right, and they just kind of went downhill from there doing glasses. Now, Rippers are pretty good, but Sarges are better. So either way, blue tint, I love these. I love tinted, polarized aviator, wayfarer style glasses. I've got about 4 pair myself, so I love the different color lenses. So he does come with all the same hands, and these are obviously, you know, just repacked hands from this release. That was one good thing about Sarge. This was one of the first characters that we got so many additional hands with. Got pointer fingers for each side, grappling hands for each side. He's got fists, and then he has the salute hand or the ninja chop hand, however you want to do it. Meant to be a salute, but you can do it however you want. It's your figure. So let's get a hold of Sarge here, get him up, check him out. I mean, he's a straight up repaint, so not anything new to go over other than the color, other than we'll just check out how he moves. Does have the double pinned elbows. You can get a good range of movement with Sgt Slaughter, which is good for a figure this big, because some of these larger figures you can't. And I know somebody pointed out like the plastic is a different color between the chest and the neck. I don't know how well it's showing up, but it is a slightly different color. The neck's a little bit darker. I'm not gonna gripe on that, you know. So he got his blue tank top, does have the American flag on there, which I thought was a cool touch. And I mean, it was a cool touch doing it in all black. Could have done it in red, white, and blue on that tempo, but I like it being in black. It fits this color scheme better. If it was red, white, and blue, it would stick out like a sore thumb. So belt, this one is more of a gold coppery color on Marauders, where it's plain gold on here. Belt is white and it's black on Marauders Sarge. Same pants, same everything, you just get the different color. These are almost like pants for, got armor padding on the thighs down to the knees, you know. Is it supposed to be that, or is it just some really funky color pants? Maybe we'll never know. Pouches are different colors. Knee pads are painted on this one, where it actually looks like knee pads on this one. They're knee pads, but they almost blend more into the boots. Not as noticeable, and they stand out a lot here. But they all actually on this figure do just encompass the knee. So that is one good thing about knee pads. This is what a lot of people want. If they're going to give us knee pads, actually make them knee pads, not come up here to cover this joint. I'd rather it be this way than have these big, you know, big piece coming up and covering that. It just don't look right. It looks like everybody's wearing stripper boots when they do it. So down here on his pants, just a second, stand there just a minute, Sarge. So down at the bottom of his pants, you can see a little bit better how they're bunched up against the boot, because it's all different colors, whereas here it really blends. Boot stands out. The boot has a different color, a couple different colors on it. The laces and the place for the laces, that is all in like a drab green. The rest of the boot's black, and the strap is painted here. It goes around where I guess this is a reinforcement for the boot. It's made into the boot. I mean, it's part of the boot, but it's like when you tie them up, when you get them all the way up tied up. It's just made to pull them tighter around the bottom of your calf. So I like the way this looks. I like the way it stands out. Now, we got to address the booty shorts. It looks like he's wearing a pair of gym shorts over his pants. You can't unsee it when you see it. It's a little bit better in person, though, than it does look in pictures. It's not quite as odd looking in person, but it's there. So I'm just glad they didn't come down like halfway down this pouch on the side, especially in the back. If they'd have brought this down to here, it really would look like a pair of booty shorts. If you look at it from the back, it does look more like it's just a two-tone pair of pants. From the front, though, I mean, it does look like he's fixing to go stand out on the corner and do some soliciting. Go ahead and I'm going to put the whistle on him. And let's see how the shades fit on this one. So they fit on him. They don't just fall off. They're not super tight, but they don't just fall completely off like buzzers do. I mean, buzzers won't even fit on his head. So these are actually proper length. If you've got the other Sgt Slaughter, you know all this. They go over his ears, and his ears do stick out enough to kind of hold them up. They don't fit super, super tight, but they are going to stay on. So get his hat on. Seems like this hat doesn't fit as well as that one does. So maybe the plastic is a little bit stiffer on this hat, although it is much better than Retro Recondo's. I can't even put Retro Recondo's hat on him. I've heated it up. It still pops off. We'll go ahead and throw his baton in his hand. He's getting ready to crack some skulls or something. Let's see if I can do this without sending the hand into oblivion, because that is something these do not remove here. So that is something actually else that I did when I was getting this guy out of the package, was trying to pop that stuff off the package, or pop it out. The package scooted, the plastic scooted across my mat here, and one of the dumbbells, the hat, and something else went flying off into the wild blue yonder, just trying to pop all that stuff out. When you do that, make sure that you're somewhere where you can keep track of everything. I don't recommend opening this guy over carpet. So we get one of his boxing gloves on. Matches pretty well. I like the boxing gloves. Did he really need them? No, I don't really think you need them. It seems like this, I know we hadn't got Big Boa yet. It makes more sense for this Sarge to have come with gloves than this Sarge, because this Sarge is going to be, the original is going to be your out commanding them, or out at camp training, like actually doing drill instructor stuff. This is a Sarge that's going to be more out on a mission leading the team, because he has a whole team. So I get it. They had to throw something else in, get us a little more of that deluxe in the deluxe figure. Boxing gloves are just a little weird, but they do go with him. They look good. So if that's your thing, you can have him posed with the boxing gloves on. And go ahead and get this out and find my one weight that's not broken before I ever put my hands on it. Weight goes in his hand good. This guy's going to be good for pictures, though. He does come with some good stuff for pictures. Get him there holding the dumbbell and the boxing glove. That's a recruitment poster, isn't it? Or like something you see in the mess hall trying to tell you not to overeat. Don't go back for that second piece of cake. I've always been a big Sgt Slaughter fan though, so I'm glad to get this guy in my collection. This was really the only Marauders figure. You know, I almost didn't order Spirit and Lowlight, but I did want him. There he is, pointing at you to make sure you hydrate. So he's an overall good-looking figure. So he seems to move pretty good. My Sarge does have a little bit of a waist loose ab crunch there. And this one seems to be about the same, so it's just a figure thing. It's not bad. I mean, it's not really floppy or anything. It's a little more movement that I would like, but when you've got him standing straight up, he's a little wiggly, but I mean, a lot of them are. It's not anything that's super out of the ordinary with these guys. So we'll set him over here for a minute. We looked at the micro figure. They did give him, for whatever reason, they gave him this this AK style rifle again. Does that thing have... There it goes. Always got to drop a couple things. It's not a review if you don't drop a couple things. So does that have... Looks like that's got a little bit of paint right there. Maybe it'll show up in the video. I don't know if it's just how I'm looking at it. It looks like the foregrip, the forestock, has a little bit of paint. Like, I don't know, I can't really tell. There he goes. So they did, for whatever reason, choose to give him this weapon. It is bendy. I can't believe I got it out of the package with just that little bit of bend in the barrel. So maybe we can fix that. So this is bendy and flexible, but the weight broke just trying to take it out. I'm still not over it. So I've seen where this weapon, people were complaining that this weapon has this slot here because it came with the flashlight or optic on top. It's in the package on mine. I've seen a lot of people talking about that not being there, but I was surprised when I opened the package and the flashlight, I forgot what it was, flashlight, it's there on this one. I don't think this one has a spot for anything else to peg into it. That's the ejection port. There was a, I think there's the other version of this, there's a sight or an optic on top, but this one does not have a slot to peg that one in. So, I don't know. Maybe that one is, I don't know. There it is. It's here on this one. So I'm thinking maybe the people that I'd seen mention that just hadn't opened him yet. I think they did do that for the Stinger driver. They gave him this weapon. It's not a trigger finger, is it? Oh, yeah, it is. They gave this, think the Stinger driver this same weapon, I believe, and did not include that. So, but I swear I saw somebody say it was Sarge too. So he does come with it. I like this weapon, sure. I mean, it's kind of basic, but I do like the AK style weapons. And this thing chronically falls off of it. That's the only problem. I think on my Python officer, I think I glued this in. And I don't glue a lot of stuff in on these guys, but it just does not stay in well. So I think I did glue it in on that figure. I'll probably wind up doing it on this one too. If I can see where to put it back on. Okay. So I like the look of it. It just doesn't stay on. So we got him geared up, and so of all the figures that should have come with a weapon like this, this is about the last one, I would think. But is what it is. You can just say he picked it up off the battlefield and gave it to somebody else, or, you know, took it from somebody else. Like, that's how badass he is. He just picks up other weapons off the battlefield. We know he does like to infiltrate terradromes with no weapons, so perhaps that's what he's doing here. Let's look at the star of the show. This is why I think most people that don't care about Marauders or anything bought this figure. Was for the itty bitty ditty bag. That's what it seems like. You can fill this stuff up. Now, if I use this ditty bag in my display, I'm probably going to stuff it with polyfill, where it actually looks like it's filled with clothes or maybe a sleep roll, something like that. I think you can actually get all, yeah, you can get all his stuff in here. Get the weights in here too. So all of his stuff sans minifigure, and it might actually fit in there too. Let's see. There's no really there's a drawstring. I don't think the drawstring, it looks like it's functional. And drawstring actually is functional. I don't know if I realized that. I thought it was just tied in there. But look at there, the drawstring actually does function on this thing. Now, I wouldn't mess with this bag a whole heck of a lot because the stitching on it does not look very solid. You can actually even get the minifig in there. So this is a great idea for an accessory. Of course, harkens back to G.I. Joe the movie, where he's threatening Falcon to stuff him in a itty bitty ditty bag. Let's see how much work it is to get this on his back. Not bad. We can get it, his shoulders. He's got these giant shoulder muscles here, so it kind of slides off. But once you get it on, man, does make a very, very heavy backpack for him to lug around. So you're gonna have to do a little bit of work to get him carrying this thing. But it's not going to be too awful difficult. He doesn't look like he's about to knock him over there. Look like he's at the end of the march here. He's like, oh, damn it, I'm tired. You're never going to hear him say he's tired, though, are you? That's something you probably never going to hear Sgt. Slaughter say. So just for the hell of it, let's stuff the gun in there. Impressive. Oh, I forgot a hand. That's just great. Like, look at it turn like that. Just threw the gun in the back, so the gun's hanging out of the back of it. Get out of the way, Kingpin. You're in the shot. So that's not bad, man. This is a pretty good set. I'm ticked off about the dumbbell. So if you open yours, if you haven't yet, be cautious taking the dumbbells out. You do have to pop pretty much everything out of that from the back. So just be careful when you do it. So there is your Mad Marauders Sgt. Slaughter. What do you guys think? Did you pick him up? Not everybody's a Sarge fan, but I am. I like this figure, and it would not be as good as it is without the inclusion of the ditty bag. That's why most of us wanted to buy it anyway, but the boxing gloves kind of extra. You can pose him fighting Big Boa, whatever, you know. He's a good set, in my opinion. Do you need him? If you're a Sarge fan, you need him, and if you're doing Marauder sub team, of course you need him. He's the leader. So yeah, I would recommend picking this guy up. If you want to spring for the extra cost on the corrected or the non-corrected version with the hat and the glasses not on the figure, that's up to you. Like I said, if I'd have gotten that one, I was going to open it either way, so it really didn't matter. Just would have been kind of cool to actually have gotten it and taken a picture or two of it. But either way, good figure overall. A good one to have in the collection, and I'm putting up a Marauders sub team. So let's go, before I close out, let's set him up beside Spirit and Lowlight because I don't have Barbecue out of the box. So there we are. We've got 3/4 of Sgt Slaughter's Mad Marauders so far. They do look good together. Like, I made some comments about not real thrilled about Spirit and Low Light. The figures look good enough. Their loadout was garbage, but Sgt Slaughter's loadout makes up for it. So they look really good as a team. I'm excited to get Barbecue out and put him together with them. And you know, he's mostly the awesome color blue. I love this color blue. I love this color green, and it really pops against the dark colors. I almost feel like these guys should have had Night Force's colors, and Night Force should have had Marauders colors. But that's me. This is what they look like back in the day. So now we've got them all this time later. Cool sub team, getting ready to have to rearrange the shelf, so they're going to be going up on it together as a team. Anyway, that's enough for now, you guys. I appreciate you. Hit that like and subscribe and all that jazz. And if you like the review, leave me a comment. Try to respond to all of them. Did you get Sarge? Do you have the other Marauders? What do you think about them? And I will see y'all next time on 3-Star Draw. Oh yeah, I didn't give this guy a rating, did I? This is a good set. I really like it. I do recommend picking it up unless you're just absolutely adverse to the repaints and the sublines. He's worth getting in the collection. You're going to be able to do all kind of stuff with the itty bitty ditty bag. So I'm going to give Sgt Slaughter Marauders a 4 yeehaws out of 5, which is pretty high for me for a repaint. There's only a couple others that have achieved that on my scale. He's a good set, y'all. Thanks.
Who is this guy anyway?
Man, you are looking at a real soldier.